parallel, that's for sure. But that's what these events are about. That's what the open qualifiers for. I've said this many times. I said this last time extensively. That's what I love about the Gauntlet, StarCraft Opens. Anybody can join. There's no, whatever. Whoever you are, as long as you have the game, you sign up, you join, you play. It doesn't matter if you lose, you're a noob and you'll lose right in the beginning to some pro. Hey, it's the experience. It's about participating and having fun, integrating in part of the community. And then there's these high-level players that have been playing the game silently forever. You may not have heard of, and then this is an opportunity that they may not have normally had. It's not just an invite event. Everybody has a chance here, and these players like Senin, this is their time to shine. Who knows? Maybe he was training really hard over the last week or two. Maybe he did nothing at all. I don't know, but it gives them that opportunity. So if they said, what, this will be my MLG. This will be my dream hack. This is the one I'm going to train specifically for the players who are most likely to face and try. I mean, that's what I think the ultimate goal is of these open events, to give these players that opportunity that they would not normally have, and I love it. And it creates storylines, and we're seeing that here, guys. We're in the game. To the north, we have the purple Zerg, the hero we deserve, and we indeed got. It is Senin.
And in the bottom of the map, we have everybody's favorite red Protoss player in this match. It is MorroW. Oh, Senin getting some love and twist cat.
Indeed.
Man alive, everybody likes this guy. We're selling him really well.
Yeah, I mean, really stoked to see what he does in a non-ZVZ matchup. Right now, Zerg are very powerful versus Protoss in Legacy of the Void, from games I've seen anyway, from player streams. In particular, like Fenner streams, he feels sorry for Protoss. He doesn't feel it's fair at all. Like the way he, if you go Disruptor, you'll lose, is what he says.
How does he deal with Disruptor?
Mutas, just Ling Muta, because the Lings are fast. They can always dodge as long as you're paying attention to them. They can do run bys. You have to clump around your disruptors. You can't leave them by themselves and split off your army. It makes it less effective. The Mutas can jump in. It's difficult to do. Generally, you will pair your stalkers with like blink stalkers and disruptors, but when you're being spread apart with the Mutalisks and you have to babysit with your stalkers, the disruptors, yeah, it's pretty sad to watch. I feel bad for some Protoss players out there on the ladder, but they gotta adapt. I just don't think they're playing it right, and that's what Fenner says. He said they're not. I don't think they're playing the game right. They're playing it the standard. Let's get 3 base, get disruptors, and go from there. He thinks that's a mistake. There are other tech paths that are far more effective versus the Zerg race. So it's not to say Zerg's overpowered, I think, or Protoss is underpowered. It's just that right now the meta is just not favoring them.
Are we in the round of 16 right now?
We are in the round of 16 right now.
Okay. Someone was asking in.
Yeah, round of 16, still best of 3s. It is best of 3s all the way until the semifinals, whereas best of 5s, and the finals is a best of 7. Guys, $300 are on the line in this event as well. Top 4 qualify for the global finals. So high stakes, high rewards, as they say.
The highest of all stakes. Another way I've seen Zerg players deal with disruptors is using the abduct ability from Vipers. You abduct the disruptor, you bring it into your Roach Hydra swarm, you crush it, the disruptors are gone, and then all that's left are a few stalkers, which don't do that well against Roaches and Hydras anyway, and Zerg can kind of roll from there, so they have some options for sure.
Disruptors are a vulnerable unit, I find. I think they're most effective when babysit with a Warp Prism.
Warp Prism, yeah, absolutely. Warp Prism drops with the disruptors are super devastating if you don't see them coming.
Yeah, it's not even just the drop, it's just to babysit them in the army. Can't let them walk around the ground. Get fungled, or they could still. I think they could still shoot it when they're fungled, but otherwise they're vulnerable when they're just floating around. They're balls of doom, some people say, but they're a tame wolf, that's for sure. When a Zerg properly or Terran properly prepares for them, because just for example, as the Terran side of things, Liberators I think are a soft counter to disruptors. They don't counter the disruptor specifically; they counter disruptor builds. And I think that's Protoss, again, have to adapt accordingly. And I think they are. Some Protoss are. I've seen Huck do a lot of variety builds, especially against Terran. He doesn't go with disruptors. He goes with focus on Storm instead versus Terran. And in that case, so he doesn't bother with the whole disruptor tech. But we'll see what MorroW chooses to do if disruptor is his new favorite unit. And actually, isn't MorroW mostly... Doesn't he usually play Terran? and he's not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait.
Well, I know he does both. Maybe just switching between the both right now in this event, because I have seen him play both races. Just, I thought more recently he was playing Terran. That could have changed at any moment.
Maybe he likes PVZ more than he likes TVZ. Or
yeah, that could be it.
Disruptors
I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah. The disruptor count looking pretty good here, actually, for MorroW. With 4 disruptors.
The adepts, yeah.
Sorry. Had to get the adept count looking good here. Some sentries holding the line as well. And actually loses a single adept there, but cleans up a lot of lings. It's a lot of dead ling blood on that ramp. The lings just waiting for their chance to get on in there. And a Roach Warren coming up for Senin, so definitely not planning any super big aggression anytime soon. Although delaying this third. Oh, getting right on top of that third with the lings. Gonna force a cancel. Wow, nice. I don't know if MorroW can save this. No, the cancel and the probe dies. The adepts are forced to stay in a defensive position, and that was a nice play by Senin.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for MorroW, but well played by Senin, as you said, keeping those lings just out of the periphery of the building Nexus, and managed to pounce on that before MorroW could try to defend it. At least he got the cancel, though. Didn't lose it in this case. But there's just a ling flood happening right now by Senin. He doesn't... I don't think he wants this third to ever go up, and that's he's applying heavy pressure, because you cannot let the pylons go up, otherwise photon overcharge on those pylons eliminate any chance of lings killing that third base. So I think that's what he's actually trying to do. But how much will he commit to this? He's not streaming lings across the map anymore. Will this be enough lings to take care of this third base? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so. With the photon overcharge plus the mothership's core's presence and the sentries and adepts, I think MorroW is safe to take his third.
Yep, the lings are going back home. Force fields are pretty fantastic. There was a pretty big ling flood there earlier, but the force fields kept them off of those sentries, kept them off the adepts. Zerglings were dying a little bit too quickly for Senin's liking, and he's going to back out though. So that's what force fields are good for. They can really hold off Zergling aggression if you do them well, which is difficult to do, but apparently MorroW is up to the task.
Yeah, we have a War Prism on the way too for MorroW, so it looks like he's aiming to do either a push or some sort of adept harass. I'm going to lean towards more of the adept harass as he secures his own third base. As the War Prism now is moving across the map. Actually, it's pushing it out with his adepts. Oh, no, he's just not moving it at all. Well, we'll see right away. Probably likely apply pressure, prevent the fourth base going up for Senin as he uses this. Oh, nice, not even being scouted by that ling. That is so close. How in the world?
Oh, what?
The mothership core might get seen. No, it doesn't. Wow.
Oh, the ling thought he was scouting, but he's falling down on the job. Yeah,
MorroW manages to sneak by. He is, I mean, if Senin isn't prepared, he is sending his lings and ravagers down. Actually, sixth sense by Senin, sending down his army here to deny this push, forcing the recall, and MorroW gets denied.
Yeah, MorroW with the great timing, showing up just when the hatchery was popping, but Senin himself going to defend, forces the army to recall back home. And that's exactly what you want to see as a Zerg player, are those recalls. Because it means Protoss has to walk all the way across the map again to threaten you, and in the meantime, you can continue to macro up, continue to get your army, and you're much more prepared next time around.
Yeah, Senin's going to try to knock on the front door of MorroW right now, but there's a lot of pylons with Photon Overcharge available. The Mothership Core knows exactly what is going on here with this Roach Ravager Ling army at the base of his ramp. But we'll see if Senin decides to commit to this. That is a lot of pylons. Oh, no way! Loses the Mothership Core.
Oh. No, MorroW lost his Mothership Core. Now's a good time to attack as any Senin, and he's going for it.
Yeah.
No Photon Overcharge available at
Lurkers
all.
in tow. Oh, Lurkers too.
On the way, burrowing right at the front line. All that's left are some Stalkers, some Adepts, some Sentries. None of these units do very well against this particular composition. He was really counting on having Photon Overcharge available. Pylons falling all over the place. Mothership Core does pop up, gets double. Photon Overcharge up, but a lot of damage has been done here.
Yeah, no observers. Just getting an observer now. It's about 3/4 of the way done. He's trying to buy time. Managed to squeeze up that Mothership Core again, though, but the damage is being done. Denies the observer. Oh, this is pretty harsh for MorroW. Or forced to pull and make everything happen.
That's the GG from MorroW. Senin, a decisive game one victory.
Senin, you boss. What a boss, guys. Holy cow.
People in chat are like, I never heard of this guy. Well, now you have. Senin.
And now I'm going to put a poster of him on my wall. And
whoa. So looking at stats real quick here. Yeah, about 200 APM for both of these players. And just, yeah, Senin had enough to hold off that first attack, forced a recall, and then just went nuts with his army size, pushed on in with lurkers, denied that observer, and that won in the game.
What really enabled him, I mean, that push would have been so powerful regardless if the Mothership Core died or not, but it did die. And that's very sloppy on MorroW's part, and devastating. Allowed that push to come in, unfettered, had to rebuild the Mothership Core, which enabled, you know, a photon overcharge or two once it popped out, but it just wasn't enough. When also, there's no detection, nothing to deal with the lurkers. 4 lurkers on the field, plopped right in front of the third base. You can't. That's a line you cannot cross with a purely gateway army at this point. No robo units out. It was well played by Senin. He knew exactly when to push, like we've seen in his ZVZs, and he just did it. And well, the result of that, he hasn't lost the map yet in this event, guys. Hasn't lost the map yet. This Senin hero of ours. But we'll be heading to game number 2 of Senin versus MorroW, with Senin up 1 game, guys. This is the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void series global qualifier. This is the EU qualifier. $300 is up for grabs in this qualifier. Top 4 make it to the global finals, which is a $1,000 prize pool. Yeah,
Sounds
crazy.
pretty nice.
That's nice.
I could use a $1,000 prize pool.
You know, I'd love to see Senin make top 4.
Ooh,
what
yeah.
about you? I mean, I'd love to. I would. This would be amazing. He'd be the hardest guy to make a hype video for, though. Just because I know nothing about the guy. I'll have to literally make up stories, and it'll be fun. I'm not gonna. And
How about we could find some stuff out. We could talk to his mom.
Okay, after this we got Hyun versus Myungshik coming up. Wow, is the word of the day. I think that's gonna be insane. Hyun, I don't even know who to cheer for anymore. This whole cast, I've been talking about how excited I am to see Myungshik, but yet Hyun is in this event, and he's like one of my favorite players of all time. Sadness.
I think you have to flip a coin. I think the rules say flip a coin. Heads is Hyun, tails is Myungshik. That's who you have to root for.
Who said that? The universe?
Huh? What?
Who said that? Did you say the universe said
Yeah.
that?
No, it's just the law of the land.
Oh. What a jerk. All right,
The law
guys,
of the land is tough but fair. Come on.
Okay, sure. I'll take your word for it. Guys, we're heading to game number 2 of this best 3 series, Senin versus MorroW. To the west of the map, we have the red Protoss player down 1 game. It is MorroW.
And on the right bottom-ish section of the map, we have the purple Zerg player. It is Senin.
Oh, man. This guy has a trophy by his hatchery. That tells us something.
That tells us he won an online tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty snazzy.
Pretty fancy indeed. Yeah, you too can get trophies like that, everybody. If you go into your Legacy of the Void client, it will show times when tournaments are starting. They have tournaments for all different levels. You're not going to be playing against Grandmasters or anything. If you are silver, you'll be playing silver, but they're usually just 3-round, very short tournaments. If you win, you get a super fancy trophy just like that one, and you can brag to all your friends.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Nice little feature that Blizzard added to Legacy of the Void. Really adds to the overall replayability as well as just playability in general for those who are competitive in StarCraft. For those who just want to play some ladder games, it counts as ladder points too and participate in the tournament. So
Yeah.
you're still stealing nerds ladder points. So
I think
you know,
MorroW
win-win
went
situation.
Nexus first. Did MorroW go Nexus first? Based
Yes,
on the
he did.
timings here, Nexus first, then into Gateway, then into Assimilators. Wow.
Yep, you're right.
But you know what? It's going to work out for him. I don't think Senin has any super early aggression planned. He went for that early hatchery. He has 4 lings on the way, but I don't think that's enough to actually kill MorroW. And is that a 3rd hatch? Senin. It's like he has a 6th sense.
This guy
It's
is
like,
a.
"All right, you're going to go Nexus first. I'm not even going to scout you. I'm going to go 3 hatch.
What if this guy is just like some Bonjour we've like never heard of before? Like, what if he's like that prodigy, that 14-year-old Flash in Korea, and that like the reincarnation of Flash? I mean, in some way, like he just comes into the scene. He's been practicing, topping ladder. Nobody knows who he is. Everybody thinks he's a Smurf, and then he comes out of nowhere, finds out he's a real human being, and not a Smurf, and
And he doesn't even shave yet.
yeah, and then he wins. He wins multiplayer. Like it's amazing. But here, these 4 lings will do a little bit of harass on these workers. At least attempt to pick off 1 or 2. Mostly just to put a little scout. Nice.
Clutch pylon thrown down, holding out the lings. Only 1 link can attack. Pretty good placement there. Going after a gateway. I'm not sure if that's the right choice. They're not going to be able to kill that gateway before the adepts pop out here, but... Or will they? You know what? It might be closer than I thought. Even chrono boosting these adepts. Oh, again, with the fake out and the pylon, the Zerglings, no, the adepts are going to pop out. They're going to be able to kill these Lings, but can they kill them before the gateway finish is destroyed? Yeah.
Yeah, they got some good health damage done to that gateway, though. A lot more than he should have got in most respects. It allowed him to take his third base. Now he knows also what's happening. We have 2 gateways pumping out adepts, so I think Senin knows how to react accordingly. If his pass gains are any indicator, nothing takes this guy by surprise.
Nope, absolutely not. So yeah, that gateway is weakened, which means the next attack that shows up, whether roaches or ravagers or hydras or whatever, should be able to break through that wall more easily than you would anticipate. So Senin just kind of setting up for the later game, getting some Lings out, getting Queens, getting Ling speed, and Warp Gate being researched, as well as that +1 attack for MorroW on the way being chrono boosted at the same time.
Yeah, Senin not revealing his hand too much other than getting speed for his Lings. Senin has not scouted the main base of MorroW by the looks of it either, so he is also in the dark, sending an Overlord slowly across that side of the map, likely to turn to Overseer and take a little peek, take a little look-see to see what MorroW is doing. But right now, both players just trying to macro up, get their tech going as it is. But as I mentioned, Senin has not yet revealed what his true tech path is on 3 base, but worker count is even.
Yeah, Roach Warren is on the way here, but until we see the lair, yeah, we won't really know what Senin's future plans are until he gets that lair on the way, which seems almost a little bit late. Just really droning up to 37 Harvesters compared to 39 for MorroW. Really keeping up with the Protoss player who went Nexus first. The Lings get a full surround on those adepts. 2 adepts here are likely going to die. The Mothership Core here as well, trying to get some damage done. But no, the DPS a little bit too low on that Mothership Core, forcing a cancel on that pylon. And there's the double photon overcharge. The Lings run right on.
Oh, nice force field.
Well
done.
Art on top of these sentries and actually managing to possibly.
Oh, so tough. No,
the sentry lives.
Oh, wow. Lucky for MorroW there, or well played. You decide. But Senin at least got to delay that third base, killed a few adepts at the cost of, what, a handful of Lings. He didn't build a whole lot of Lings to start with, so he could afford it without costing his economy too much. As we see, his 10 workers ahead now. His Roach tech is well on its way as he's getting his evolution chambers as well.
So Adepts moving out with that psionic transfer, going to try to put some hurt on Senin here. Senin does have roaches out on the field, getting that lair now. Evolution chamber just finished, +1 missile attack being researched immediately. Timing just fantastic for Senin right now. And here come these Adepts. Again, a little bit late for an Adept to Ras. Where is the army for Senin? I thought he had roaches out, but
no, he only had 1 roach. A few on the way though. But will they be out in time? This is not looking too good for Senin at the exact moment as the Adepts kill workers super fast. Will he buy enough time as these roaches pop right now? Actually, roaches are very good against Adepts. As long as he doesn't lose too many drones, he should be fine. He has actually lost a healthy amount by the looks of it already.
Yeah, he has lost 6. 6 drones have died. But considering Adepts do 2-shot workers, and there were a lot of Adepts out there, that's not as bad as it necessarily could have been.
Could have been worse.
Again, pretty good hold. I think the decision to run the drones away as soon as he saw the Adepts was a good one. Like, yeah, you lost your mining time, but the Adepts didn't get as many kills as you could. You just put them back to work, and you're back in business.
Yeah, for Zerg, it's just better to not lose the workers to begin with. Otherwise, you have to spend the money to rebuild them, lost mining time as they're building, and also the fact that the larva is being used, which means any follow-up push, which is exactly what Senin's doing right now, will be that much less effective. So right now, Senin's looking to try to cancel the third base of MorroW. We'll see if he'll be able to do that with some Roach Ravager Ling in tow.
Taking that alternate path around the top might just surround the Nexus with the Lings and allow the Roaches and the Ravagers to take care of everything else. No, the Lings going right on top of these Stalkers. They eat Stalkers for breakfast. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down, and now the army for the Protoss player is up, but a quadruple Photon Overcharge is up as well, and that's enough to force Senin to get out of there, taking out a Pylon on his way out.
Yeah, you gotta respect the Photon Overcharge, especially when you're in a box of Photon Overcharge, or Pylon Overcharge, whatever we shall call it. The base is now mining, the third base for MorroW, but it doesn't look like Senin is done. He's able to push, at least apply some pressure with his Roach Ravager. He's not sending any more units across the map, though, as he's taking a 4th base of his own.
+1 attack has finished, so the Ravagers will hit just a little bit harder than they were. Glial Reconstitution on the way, which tells me we'll see some Roaches on at some point with this army. And here comes right up again with the army. Corrosive Bile taking out a Pylon as well, taking out a Pro, but it was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He almost got the Mothership Core.
Oh, almost did. Just taking out Pylons, using Corrosive Bile to great effect.
Yeah,
Longest
disruptors are on the
running
field
post
now.
fourth base. Oh,
Senin
actually
has
went
to-
disruptors. Oh no,
Yeah, he did.
Did Fenner see?
I don't know, but there's no Mutalisks on the way, so this is actually a fairly decent composition against a Roach Ravager army that Senin has right now. Senin is just trying to buy time, apply pressure, force MorroW to build units he doesn't want to build as he takes his own 4th base and drones up himself. He has a Hydralisk Den, getting cancels Hydralisk speed, and is getting a Lurker Den, which is the wise choice in this case. A lot more valuable than having speed on your Hydralisks right now to get Lurkers.
True fact. So for those that don't know, disruptors throw out their Purification Nova ability, which does splash damage, 145 splash damage to Zerg units. It takes 2 of those to kill a single lurker. So if you split your workers well, you can force the disruptor to waste Purification Novas on just killing the lurkers more than they would need to on otherwise killing roaches and hydras. So some pretty good splits would be what needs to happen if there are lurkers on the way, and indeed it looks like there are.
All right, he's denying this 4th base is Senin again, picking off some units with the Corrosive Bile, initiating the engagement.
Front.
Oh!
Disruptor their front gets taken down. Another one actually killed probably more of his own units, pinned up against the wall.
Oh, what a surround!
It.
Mind blown! Oh my
GG from
god!
MorroW?
That happened so fast. He's trying to defend his 4th. Why was he taking? I mean, that was a quick 4th, considering how his 3rd. No, I mean not in the grand scheme of things, but soon after his 3rd, his army wasn't nearly large enough to do that. But he tried it anyway. An economic risk he took. He paid for it with his series life, and oh my goodness, Senin 2-0's MorroW, guys. Senin
the legend
2-0's
grows.
MorroW. Yeah, the legend of Senin. I can just see it like I hope to see it like sung in Klingon choruses and stuff like that. Just imagine beautiful hymns.
And
all right,
t-shirts
guys.
and stuff.
That is amazing. Guy has not dropped the map yet. Has Senin. Guys, this is Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void series. This is the EU Global Qualifier. $300 is on the line in this event. I'm Bobby Austin. With me is Falcon Paladin. And we're going to be heading to the next series shortly.